When 20-year-old Lady Diana Spencer went to the corridor of St. Paul on July 29, 1981, she was really convinced that she had happily found her happiness with Charles, who was the Prince of Wales at that time. I remember that I loved my husband so much that I couldn't lift my eyes. Andrew Morton wrote about the Princess and Diana, her true story in her own words. I just thought I was the lucky girl in the world. He was careful of me. Although she was already aware of her husband's emotions for her now's wife, Kamala Parker Bowles, Diana tried everything to a serious-minded, country-loving husband's desire. For after the last rites of Diana in 1997, Prince Charles himself trusted with a friend, "You know, whatever we say, when we got married, we were very much loved." But the marriage quickly went away. After the birth of Prince Harry in 1984, despairing, Charles and Diana were growing rapidly. The young and inexperienced Diana was destroyed by her husband's interest in neglecting her with Kamala. A short life, Princess Diana, often at the expense of her mental health and general understanding, was looking for the ideal storybook love. It seems that Diana is allegedly looking for relief and confirmation to Diana, allegedly romance and non-marriage. Diana needed more love than any Englishman. Friend Hugo Cyr remembered. At this age, when most women were looking for their sexuality and looking for them, Diana got a tampering shop with courtiers and colleagues. In an old-fashioned romantic way, a friend told Diana's author Sally Bedell Smith, "She used to gather men. She takes a look at you with the lower eyes." You knew it was a game that played her, and in a way was a very cunning game. Not blasphemous, but by doing so, she won all take. Diana's first alleged case began in 1985, when she fell on the head of the heels with her bodyguard Barry Manica instead. Tina Brown writes in Diana Chronicles, "For a Golden Cage woman, bodyguards are romantic." His strong shoulders cleared the way in the crowd. On his elbow, his firm hand guides his principal for the refuge of a waiting car. Mankey, a hot, strong, with kind eyes east-east, was similarly contested with the beautiful princess. He was overflowing with Diana, but his head was swollen. "I was happy only when he was around, he said in a taped conversation to his friend Peter Setin. Frustrated, but lovers were playing with fire. Brown writes, to watch more such videos, subscribe to our channel US British Secret, so that all incoming videos are available to you first. On July 23, 1986, Sarah Ferguson's marriage to Prince Andrew was inevitable. Manick and Diana were discovered in an alleged compromised position. During the next day's ceremony, Andrew Morton looked closely at Diana from the press gallery of the Westminster Abbey. She noticed that she looked irrational during the wedding of her best friend at that time, with a red hand. Manica was quickly moved to another position. After a few months, he died in a motorcycle accident. Prince Charles chose to tell Diana's death in his car on his way to the Cannes Film Festival. Diana later told Setlin, "I was sitting there all day, thousands of presses, only devastating, passing through this big tour of Cannes. Because, you know, I shouldn't be as bad as I did." Diana publicly refused to have a physical relationship with Mankey. His next romance was with the Army's Captain James Hewitt, a beautiful charming that claimed that Diana had his head inside his pants. It would hurt Diana and hurt. "Yes, I loved him. Yes, I loved it." He told Martin Bashir during the notorious Panorama interview of 1995, "But I was allowed to come down a lot." The two met in the fall of 1986, and Diana quickly asked the cavalry officer Hewitt to teach his private ride. According to Hewitt, the princess, deep into deepening, took the first step and told her, "I need you. You give me strength. When I am away from you, I cannot afford it. I want to be with you." He threw himself into everything, which included height in pursuit of Hewitt. Enjoyed he dreamed of life together, chose his future home in the country's life, and playing with Prince William and Prince Harry, which, according to Brown, increased the hits of Hewitt. Diana wrote to Hewitt in August 1989, "At night, I love you fiercely and thank God that you were brought to my life. Should be. But this pipe dream was shattered when Hot was deployed to Germany in 1989, though they both had a rid of physical relationships. Hewitt left Diana in 1994, when he had a book Princess, shared details about their relationship with Anna Pistol. In the meantime, Diana started an old friend of her one-day-old friend, whose heir James Gulby started the case. To watch more such videos, subscribe to our channel US British Secret, so that all incoming videos are available to you first. It was a pillow on the other end of the phone in the notorious Squadgate conversation, which was illegally tapped in 1989 on New Year, while Princess was with the royal family in Sandringham. In the call, she is auxiliary and almost sycophantic. Some Diana clearly wants her because her marital problems were rapidly emphasized in public eyes. Brown called back. She didn't like to live by herself because she needed a permanent assurance that she was loved. In a 1995 Panorama interview, Diana denied allegations of relations with Gilby. If Diana's relationship with the Pink was lightweight, it would take the next one to the brink of madness. Soussinier was a sophisticated, and highly decent art dealer from Diana's senior, Oliver Hover, who was married to a wealthy Frenchman, Diane de Waldner. The heir was initially trying to help Howers, Charles and Diana, to help marry Charles and Diana. Instead, Hover Diana became the latest obsession, and she became a regular visitor to her London art gallery. They started meeting with friends' homes and started having breakfast at the Chelsea Harbour Club. The relationship was unstable and full of drama. The couple has a length to spend time secretly, according to Andrew Morton's Diana, in pursuit of love. On the eve of a skiing holiday in Austria in 1993, Diana jumped from her hotel room 20 feet above the evening. The couple went into a hilarious length to hide from the press and hide the eyes of the palace, but it is not clear how foolish their plans made the people around him. According to Morton, Princess Margaret was delighted to spy when Diana snatched the Hover in the trunk of her car to her Camden's palace apartment.